Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by your emotions? In this video, we will explore 7 essential steps that will help you understand and regulate your emotions, allowing you to live fully and authentically. Step 1. Pay attention to how you feel. In Buddhism, one of the most important parts of mindfulness practice is being aware of how you feel. Sati, which means present in Pali, means being aware of where you are and what you're doing at all times. It means recognizing our thoughts, feelings, and physical experiences without judging them. To figure out how you feel, you need to pay attention to your mind and body. It means paying attention to the small and large signs that your feelings are sending you. You might notice that your shoulders tense up when you're stressed, or that your heart beats faster when you're worried. These physical feelings are clues to your emotional state. Seeing your feelings goes beyond just noticing how your body feels. It also means recognizing the stories and thoughts that go along with your feelings. For instance, when you're nervous, you might notice that you're thinking a lot about the future and how bad things might get. When you're sad, you may notice that your mind keeps going over things that happened in the past. In Buddhism, recognizing your feelings doesn't mean you have to think about or judge them. It means looking at them with interest and an open mind. It means being able to see your feelings for what they are without getting caught up in them. It may seem easy, but this is a very useful habit to have. You can stop your feelings from controlling you by being aware of them. Meditation is one way to get better at noticing your feelings. You can become more aware of your body and mind without judging them by meditating. You can learn to be aware of your feelings as they come up without getting caught up in them. These things can help you learn more about your feelings and improve your ability to control them. Moving with awareness, like in yoga or Tai Chi, is another way to get better at recognizing your feelings. These activities can help you tune into your body and pay attention to the ways your feelings affect your body. They can also help you feel calm and clear, which makes it easier to understand how you're feeling. Taking regular mindfulness breaks can help you get better at noticing your feelings in everyday life. Don't forget to check in with yourself every so often during the day. Pay attention to how you feel, both physically and mentally. Accept your feelings without judging or trying to figure them out. Even when you're busy, this easy habit can help you stay in touch with your feelings. Remember that in Buddhism, being aware of your feelings doesn't mean denying or trying to hide them. It's not about trying to be happy all the time or staying away from bad feelings. Instead, it's about being aware of your feelings, accepting them, and then deciding what to do. The Buddha said, "When a feeling arises, the wise person knows, a feeling has arisen in me. When a feeling ceases, the wise person knows, a feeling has ceased in me." They know the attraction, the danger, and the escape in feelings. So the first step to controlling your feelings is to be aware of them. Pay attention to your mind and body. Pay close attention to your feelings with openness and wonder. Remember that how you feel is not who you are. They're just a normal part of being human. You can start to live a fuller life with more understanding, compassion, and wisdom if you become aware of your feelings. 2. Think about the things you've done well in the past to be sure. The Buddhist practice of right mindfulness, or samasati, is similar to this idea. It means being fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in the present moment. We are not living in the past when we think about our past successes. Instead, we are using the past to help us understand and grow in the present. Remembering the things we've done well in the past helps us see our strengths and skills. It helps us remember that we've been through tough times before and come out better. This can help us feel strong enough to deal with our feelings, even the ones that seem too big to handle. You can tell yourself, "I've done it before, and I can do it again." When you do this, it's important to understand that it's not about praising the past or ignoring mistakes. It's more about what we can learn from our past, both good and bad. We can think about what worked well in the past and how we can use those ideas in this case. In the same way, we can think about problems we've had in the past and what we can do differently this time. In Buddhism, this way of doing things fits with the idea of right effort, or samavayama, which means encouraging good mental states and encouraging bad ones. By thinking about the good things that have happened in the past, we actively choose to feel good emotions like confidence and determination, and avoid feeling bad emotions like fear and self-doubt. Remembering the good things that have happened in the past can help us feel grateful. Buddhism believes that being thankful is a strong way to fight off bad feelings like anger, envy, and dissatisfaction. We can be thankful for the chances we've had, the people who have helped us, and our skills and abilities when we think about the things we've done well in the past. This can help us deal with our feelings in a more positive and helpful way. Remembering the good things that have happened in the past can also help us feel sorry for ourselves. Buddhism sees self-compassion as an important part of being able to control your emotions. When we think about the things we've done well in the past, we can see that our feelings or problems right now don't define us. That's not all we are. We are unique people who have dealt with problems and reached their goals in the past. This can help us treat ourselves with more kindness and understanding when we are having a hard time. 3. Do something to get excited. Right action, also known as sammakamanta, is a key idea in Buddhism for having a happy life. When we do the right thing, we act in ways that bring about peace, unity, and well-being in our own lives and in the world around us. It means making sure that our actions are in line with our values and goals, and that we act with kindness and understanding. People don't mean for us to act on our feelings or indulge in hedonistic joys when they tell us to get excited and do something. Not that. Instead, it's about boosting your mood and using that energy to do something useful. It has to do with using our feelings to help us grow and change. In Buddhism, being excited or enthusiastic is a good thing as long as it's matched with understanding and mindfulness. It's a force that can help us move forward on our spiritual path and get past problems and challenges. But it's important to remember that being excited shouldn't make you antsy or agitated. Our activities should be driven by a steady, long-lasting energy. Setting a clear purpose is important before we do anything. To do this in a Buddhist way is called right intention, or samma sankappa. Right intention means guiding our thoughts and deeds toward good mental states like compassion, loving kindness, and restfulness. We can make sure that our actions are in line with our values and goals by setting a clear purpose. After making ourselves happy and setting a goal, it's time to act. On the other hand, it's important to act with knowledge and understanding. This is called right mindfulness, or sammasati in Buddhism. Right mindfulness means being fully present in the present moment and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Being aware helps us make sure that the things we do are smart and good. When we're done with something, we should think about it and learn from it. This is called right concentration, or sammasamadhi in Buddhism. Right concentration is the practice of making our thoughts clear and focused, which can help us understand things better. We can learn more about ourselves and the world around us by thinking about what we've done. From a Buddhist point of view, getting excited and doing something means focusing on happiness, making a clear goal, acting with awareness, and thinking about what we did. It's about letting our feelings drive growth and change, and making sure that our actions are in line with our morals and goals. Mindfulness, understanding, and kindness are at the heart of this process of self-discovery and growth. Step 4. Think you can handle your feelings. When we think we have control over our feelings, we're not actually in charge of them. We're instead recognizing that we have the power to change our inner world. It's becoming clear to us that our feelings and thoughts are not set in stone. They are fluid and can change. This way of thinking comes from the Buddhist teaching of anicca, which means impermanence. This teaching says that everything, including our ideas and feelings, is temporary and can change. The Buddhist idea of citta, which means mind or heart, is linked to the idea that we can control our feelings. Buddhism sees the mind as a flexible thing that can be trained and changed. Mindfulness and meditation are two techniques that can help us develop healthy mental states and get rid of unhealthy ones. This is not a way to hide or deny our feelings. It's a way to understand them, accept them, and act to them in a healthy way. It is important to remember that in Buddhism, controlling our feelings does not mean getting rid of or repressing them. Emotions, whether good or bad, are normal reactions to what we've been through. They are important agents who tell us important things about our inner and outer worlds. In Buddhism, the goal is not to get rid of feelings, but to understand them, accept them, and deal with them in a wise and kind way. It's not necessary to aim for a constant state of happiness or peace just because we believe we can control our emotions. In Buddhism, the way to enlightenment is not to get rid of pain or find happiness that lasts forever. Instead, it's about knowing what pain is, what causes it, and how to end it. Buddhist teachings are based on this knowledge, which is called the Four Noble Truths. If we think we can handle our feelings, we're not really trying to live a life without them. We are instead working on developing the skills to handle our feelings in a healthy way, whether they are good or bad. We're learning to be strong, calm, and caring, which will help us handle life's ups and downs with grace and knowledge. From a Buddhist point of view, believing you can control your feelings means realizing that emotions are temporary, recognizing that you can shape your inner world, and learning how to react to your emotions in a wise and kind way. It's not about trying to hide or push things down. It's about knowing, accepting, and responding well. This belief gives us power, not by giving us full control over our feelings, but by giving us the tools to be wise and kind as we go through our emotions. Step 5. Take a look at the future. Thinking about the future is not just a waste of time or energy in Buddhism. This practice comes from knowing that things change, or anicca, which is one of the 3 marks of existence in Buddhist thought. Impermanence teaches us that everything, even our feelings, are only temporary. This knowledge can help us get through our emotional environment better. We don't try to guess or control what will happen when we think about the future. We're instead making smart decisions about the future based on what we know about the present. We are not reacting to this. We are taking action. It's about realizing that what we do today can affect what we have tomorrow. Samma sankappa, which means right intention, is a way to think about the future in a useful way. To have the right intention, you need to think thoughts of giving up, loving kindness, and safety. This way of setting our intentions helps us make sure that our thoughts are in line with our ideals and goals. We're making a plan for what we will do next. If we're feeling really angry, for instance, we might think about what will happen if we act on that anger. Even if we know that our anger will pass, the damage we cause could last for a long time. With this knowledge, we can decide to deal with our anger in a wise and kind way, instead of acting without thinking. Right understanding, also known as samadhi, is another way to think about the future. When you have right understanding, you see things as they really are, without any distortion or illusion. We can make smart decisions about how to deal with our feelings when we understand how they work. For example, if we're worried about something that will happen in the future, we might realize that our worry is caused by fear and not knowing what will happen. Now that we know this, we can deal with our worry in a way that recognizes where it comes from instead of trying to hide or avoid it. It's not a way to escape the moment to think about the future. It's about making smart decisions for the future based on what we know about the present. It's about realizing that our feelings are only temporary and that the things we do have long-lasting effects. It's important to remember that worrying or stressing about the future shouldn't happen. The present moment is always important in Buddhism. The future is just a guide for what we should do now. As Buddha said, the future is not a result of choices among alternative paths offered by the present, but a place that is created first in the mind, and will, created next in activity. The future is not some place we are going to, but one we are creating. The paths are not to be found, but made, and the activity of making them changes both the maker and the destination. Step 6. Accept the way things are right now. Acceptance is one of the most important ideas in Buddhist beliefs. In Buddhism, it is linked to the idea of equanimity or upekkha, which is one of the 4 divine abodes, Brahmaviharas. Having equanimity means keeping your mind calm, even when you're feeling or going through hard things. It means accepting things as they are, without fight or judgment. Knowing what we mean by accept is important when we talk about what is happening now. In Buddhism, acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being happy with the way things are. There's no need to silently accept pain or wrongdoing. Not that. It's about getting a clear picture of things so we can make smart choices. Accepting the way things are right now is what it means to accept them. This doesn't mean we have to agree or like everything that's going on. This only means that we see things as they really are, without adding any judgment, pushback, or denial. As an example, accepting that we're sad means letting ourselves know that we are sad. We don't have to enjoy the sadness or think it will last forever. It just means that we see the sadness for what it is, a short-term feeling that came up because of certain circumstances. Accepting our feelings can be a powerful exercise because it helps us deal with them more effectively. Most of the time, we make things worse when we fight or judge our feelings. We might feel bad about being sad or mad about being scared. This could lead to a loop of bad feelings that is hard to break. We can make a space between our feelings and our reactions, on the other hand, when we accept them. This helps us answer with more thought instead of acting without thinking. It's not up to our feelings to decide what to do. We can choose. Being able to accept things as they are can also help us feel calm and peaceful. We're not fighting truth when we accept the present moment. There is no wish or attempt to make things different on our part. We're instead enjoying the present moment as it is. This can help you feel calm and clear, even when you're going through tough feelings or situations. It's not always easy to accept things as they are. It can be hard to accept feelings or events that hurt or are hard. In Buddhism, on the other hand, forgiveness is seen as a skill that can be learned and improved over time. We can begin by learning to accept small, everyday feelings and events. As we get used to accepting things as they are, we can use it in tougher situations. Accepting the way things are right now is a key part of taking control of our feelings and living fully. To be in the present moment without resisting or judging it is what it's about. This is about getting a clear picture of things so we can make smart choices. And finally, it's about learning to be calm and peaceful, even when bad things happen in life. Step 7. Do something now. When we make up our minds to do something, we are taking charge of our feelings. Our feelings won't change on their own, and we're not hoping they'll go away magically. Instead, we're recognizing that we have control over our inner world and that we can change it. We're realizing that both our deeds and our emotions can affect each other. Being active can help us deal with our feelings, especially when they are strong or too much to handle. It can help us get rid of worry, get rid of pent-up energy, and feel better. Participating in physical exercise, like going for a walk, doing yoga, or playing a sport, can help us deal with our feelings. At times, we need to let out our feelings instead of just observing or controlling them. Through art, music, writing, or other forms of artistic expression, expressing our feelings can help us heal and change. It can help us understand our feelings and turn them into something beautiful and important. Being emotionally strong doesn't mean we have to do everything by ourselves. It can be brave and smart to get help from someone else, like a trusted friend, a therapist, or a spiritual advisor. It can give us a new point of view, someone to talk to, and a loving presence. A big part of emotional control in Buddhism is developing good mental states like loving kindness, compassion, and equanimity. By focusing on these mental states, we can fight off negative feelings like anger, fear, and greed, and make our inner world more positive and peaceful. Remember that in Buddhism, doing something is not about trying hard or pushing it. We're not trying to control or change our feelings or get into a certain frame of mind. Instead, it's about responding to the present moment with knowledge and kindness. It's about how our deeds can help us develop a mind that is more open, balanced, and loving. Buddhists say that to fully live and master your emotions, you need to be aware of them. Remember your past successes, Get excited and act. Believe in your ability to control your emotions. Think about the future, accept what is happening now, and start to do something. Mindfulness, understanding, and kindness are at the heart of this journey of self-discovery and growth.